welcome you to a beautiful day in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. 74 degrees, clear skies, and this will be Game 3 of the series between the Rays and the Toronto Blue Jays. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to an afternoon of Rays baseball with Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats. Great to have you aboard. We'll be hearing from Tricia Whitaker throughout the afternoon. Well, the Rays have dropped the first 2 games of this series here, a 5-gamer against the Toronto Ball Club. But Harold Ramirez continues to be a ray of sunshine for the Rays today in the number 3 spot in the lineup.
Well, listen, go back to the beginning of June, and Harold Ramirez, there's nothing illegitimate about what he's doing at the plate right now because these numbers are awfully gaudy. You see the average there at 377, the on-base percentage is at 430, 13 runs driven in. It's been a remarkable, consistent approach for Harold Ramirez. He's very aggressive early in the count, and then with 2 strikes, he will start to battle. Has done a great job of hitting the ball where it's pitched, and he has been the most consistent performer in this lineup for over a month now.
Well, if you like great pitching matchups, you've come to the right place. Kevin Gausman on the mound for this Toronto Ball Club. Shane McClanahan just continues to be all-star plus caliber on the hill for the Rays.
Yeah, and let's take a look at the matchups for the day because all the starters have been named at this point. You're going to have McClanahan against Gausman. We'll get to them. And then, of course, Drew Rasmussen coming off the IL is going to make the start for the Rays. Thomas Hatch, a sinker slider guy, will make the start in Game 2 for the Blue Jays. But let's go to Shane McClanahan. Let's go back over his last 9 starts. These are video game numbers. I mean, these aren't even real. 6-1 is the record. The ERA of just 1.07. He's given up just 7 earned runs in 59 innings of work. And then look at the strikeout to walk ratio, 76-7. Hitters going after him early. You do not want to get to 2 strikes for Shane. Way too many weapons to put you away with. And Kevin Gausman, I'll tell you, his last start, outstanding. Season high in pitches with 110. 7 shutout innings against a very tough Boston lineup. Gave up just the 4 hits, no runs, 10 punchies, 2 walks. Of course, the big pitch for him is the split. Uses the fastball up in the zone to set up the splitter. That's what he wants. That's why Rays hitters this afternoon, they have to see Gausman up. See him up and attack him early. You can have some success against him.
Rays start the day running 4th in the American League East. They've dropped 4 in a row, trying to put an end to that. Rays and the Toronto Blue Jays just around the corner. Dropping a pair of games to the Blue Jays. But today, it's a beautiful day for baseball in Toronto. So, let's play 2. In Game 1, lefty Shane McClanahan goes to the hill, looking to get Tampa Bay back on the winning track. Absolutely gorgeous in Toronto this afternoon. Clear blue skies, a light breeze. The roof open at Rogers Center. The Toronto Ball Club taking the field ahead of the middle game of this series. This essentially a day-night doubleheader with the final game set for tomorrow. Lineup brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Yandy Diaz leads it off for the Rays, followed by Wander Franco and then Harold Ramirez, the DH. Randy Arozarena back in there hitting cleanup. Isaac Paredes at first, Kevin Kiermaier in center. Rene Pinto is behind the plate. Taylor Walls at second base hitting 8th, and Josh Lowe in right field will be the number 9 hitter.
Well, taking the mound this afternoon for the Toronto Blue Jays is right-hander Kevin Gausman, making his 16th start of the season. We talked about his last start, picked up that 6th win against the Boston Red Sox. 7 shutout innings, 10 strikeouts, 2 walks. Season numbers impressive. Limits the walks, big strikeout numbers, and again, the big pitch for him is the split. That's his go-to to try to get guys to chase, try to rack up those strikeouts. Rays hitters, talked about in the open, they need to see his pitches up in the zone and then turn it loose. Let's take a look at that Toronto defense and see how it's going to line up behind them. Brought to you by Gold and Diamond Source. In the outfield left to right, we've got Lourdes Gurriel Jr., George Springer, and Teoscar Hernandez. Across that infield, third to first, Matt Chapman, Bo Bichette, Santiago Espinal, and Kevin Biggio, with Gabriel Moreno behind the plate.
see how aggressive the Rays are, because Gausman throws a lot of first pitch strikes. In fact, both these lineups could be aggressive.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what you're going to see. And Gausman, you know, he's a lot of first pitch fastball strikes, like you said, because he wants to get ahead for that split to take it out of the zone.
Well, here's Yandy Diaz, first pitch of this game, and Yandy goes for it, fouls it out of play. 96 right out of the chute from Gausman. Strike one. Yandy a couple hits in Thursday's game, a base hit yesterday as well. Now 1-1. .31-year-old right-hander Kevin Gausman, and that's a little looper going to drop into right, and a base hit to start this game for Diaz. Pick up out there by Hernandez, and Yandy is aboard.
Well, Yandy Diaz does such a great job of staying inside the baseball. That is the key to his swing and his success. He gets a four-seamer running in, stays inside it, and is able to inside out that ball into right field and get the Rays started off on a good note.
Well, Wander Franco out of the number 2 spot. He's hitting .260. And he takes a strike. And he has him out in front. 0-2.
Gausman, you know, he's got the fastball, slider, of course the split, also throws a traditional changeup, not very often.
Ground ball headed right to Bichette. The toss to second, Espinal. That's the only one they're going to get.
And the only chance that they had on trying to double up Franco really was Bichette taking it himself. I mean, he would have had to hustle to the bag. Once he flipped, there was just no chance. He either sprints to the bag, that may be even tough, but Espinal getting there late, you see he's going to have to try to make a spectacular type throw, and Wander Franco is just not going to allow that double play to be turned. At least you know his legs feel good.
Well, here is Harold Ramirez. Ramirez 2 hits in yesterday's game, a big swing and miss. Strike one. And after that first pitch, fastball pushing 96 right there.
We talked about Harold Ramirez in the open, and that his MO. He is very aggressive early in an at-bat, and then if he gets to 2 strikes, he will go into battle mode and hit the ball where it's pitched. That's why he's had such a hot month, and then some.
Franco back in at first.
By the way, I had to do a double take looking out there at Bo Bichette. Did not realize that was him because you didn't see the flowing locks. He's got it pinned up today.
Yep. He had a bun during BP. There's a foul ball back. 2 strikes to count to Ramirez.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, that's not Bichette. Did they have some sort of weird shift on? Had to go to the monitor. Oh, there you go. He tucked it up.
Yep. Going without the flow today.
Without, you know what? Maybe game 2. Yep. Who knows? Maybe he lets it down at night.
And a liner back into left field. That's going to hang up there, but drop in front of Gurriel Jr. There's Franco going to third, and he is safe head first into third. And trailing into second is Ramirez. So it will be a base hit for Ramirez. He goes to second on the throw to third, and the Rays have a first inning threat.
Well, Harold Ramirez, how hot he has been. He gets the split, and he's able to get it right off the end of the bat and hit a little floater out into left field. And Wander Franco, you wonder about those legs? Well, no more. Didn't allow the double play to be turned and hustled all the way over to third. And the Rays with a real threat here in the first.
Randy Arozarena, 2 men in scoring position for him. Pitch is inside. Well, through the years, 16 starts for Gausman against the Rays, 18 appearances overall. It's inside and it's 2-0. Look at his numbers against the Rays, 7-7 in the 14 decisions. And a strike. Well, Arozarena did not like that call. They're going to change that base hit from Ramirez and give him a straight double.
Yeah, because that was not anywhere near the zone. Arozarena is absolutely right.
There's a swing and miss.
Well, and that's, you know what, and I'll tell you something else. Kevin Gausman knows that.
Yep.
He sees that and he's like, you know what, I'm just going to live down there now to try to get out of this jam, because what he needs more than anything is the strikeout. Now he's put himself in position to go for it.
Yeah, what a difference that call can make.
Unbelievable. I mean, that's 3-0.
Yep.
You're looking at maybe bases loaded with one out.
Mm-hmm. Now the 2-2. It's inside. 98 in there, and the count is full. Well, the fans here, after they got that low strike, wanted that for a strike as well, up and in. Any closer, he would have been ducking that pitch.
It's early. Everybody had a really nice canter today.
3-2. Here we go. And he got him. He got him to chase there.
You knew it. You knew he was going to come with the split, especially after that fastball in. Now you got to go with the strikeout pitch. And here it is. In the zone, and then look how late it dives out. When that pitch is working, it's so imperative that you attack fastballs earlier in the count that are out over the plate or have a little elevation to them.
There's Isaac Paredes. And there's a ball. Paredes getting his first look at Gausman. The only hitter in the Rays lineup with a number of at-bats against Gausman is Kiermaier today. And that's a strike. 1-1. And this was a borderline call right here.
You can live with that one. The other one is just egregious.
Yeah, it changed the complexion of the entire inning.
Yep.
A ball, 2 strikes. We'll see if Rehak continues to have this big strike zone. One would hope so. If he's going to give it to one pitcher, he ought to give it to the other one.
If he gives that strike zone to Shane McClanahan, best of luck.
Yes. And a ground ball as he stays alive on the foul ball. Franco's at third, Ramirez at second. 2 outs. And a ground ball to the right side, glove by Biggio. And the throw to first, or the move to first unassisted. So the Rays will leave 2. We go to the bottom of the first. No score. Let's go to the bottom of the first inning from Toronto. Lineup for the Blue Jays brought to you by your local Ford dealers. George Springer leads off, then Bo Bichette, Vladimir Guerrero the DH, Teoscar Hernandez, then Lourdes Gurriel Jr., followed by Matt Chapman. Espinal, Santiago Espinal hit 7th. Gabriel Moreno is the catcher. Kevin Biggio is at first, batting 9th.
Well, for Shane McClanahan, our Toyota Keys, Major League Baseball ranks this season ERA, strikeouts, the whip outstanding, opponent's average of 183. I mean, the ERA and Tony Gonsolin leading the way there in strikeouts. Corbin Burns by 1 over McClanahan.
And here's the first pitch, a little bit high to Springer, 1-0.
But here's the thing, Corbin Burns 124 strikeouts, but he's thrown 8 more innings. So Shane should retake that lead maybe in this first inning.
2-0 to Springer. Springer on base a couple times in the game yesterday. After that 2-0 pitch, as he fouls it a little bit out in front, 2-1.
And already we're seeing Shane McClanahan show us that in this game, maybe early, changeups. With this lineup, right-handed hitting, aggressive.
It's fouled back, 2-2.
You may see Shane use the changeup to set up the fastball, as opposed to the other way around.
Well, this is a lineup that loves to swing the bat.
Oh boy, yeah. I mean, they're young, a lot of power, very aggressive.
And a close miss inside there, 3-2. McClanahan 18-9 in his young career, 8-3 this year. Ground ball down to third, into the glove of Yandy Diaz. Throw to first to Paredes in time.
Let's take a look at the rest of that Rays defense, brought to you by Gold and Diamond Source. In the outfield, left to right, we've got Randy Arozarena, Kevin Kiermaier, and Josh Lowe. And joining Yandy Diaz on that infield, Wander Franco, Taylor Walls, Isaac Paredes, and Rene Pinto will be back behind the plate.
Here's Bichette. Couple hits in the series so far. And he shoots it up the right side, down along the side wall. Strike 1. Well, Bichette will hit the ball the other way a lot. The Rays have Kiermaier shaded a little toward right center and center, and Lowe a few steps toward the line and right. And there's a base hit up the right side. It's going to hit the sidewall. Bichette's going to dig for 2, and he will be in there. The throw high, backed up by Diaz. It's a double for Bichette.
Well, that's exactly why the outfielders are positioned the way that they are, because Bichette likes to go to the right side by design. It's about pitch recognition and allowing the pitch to travel deep into the zone before he fires on it. And he does that here on a breaking ball. Let that pitch get deep into the zone and then shoot it the other way. We saw him do that yesterday with the breaking ball up in the top of the strike zone, almost for a grand slam. It's right off the top of the wall. So those are not swings that are late. Well, they're late, but they're on purpose.
Now Guerrero, the pitch is too low. Comes in hitting .261 with 18 home runs. And a ground ball. It's going to be out of the reach of Walls into right. Low up with it, but Bichette's going to head to the plate. Throw is offline and late. An RBI single for Guerrero. And it's 1-0 Toronto.
Boy, what a job by Vladimir Guerrero Jr. to stay inside that fastball. That is not an easy thing to do when you're talking about McClanahan, who's got that riding fastball that's at 98 miles an hour. And look at him stay inside it, just shorten the swing and get bat to baseball. That's all he did.
Oh, that's a big power hitter just punching the ball right there.
And I'll tell you, that's like next level type stuff. I mean, that is an accomplished hitter with that type of swing on that pitch.
Oscar Hernandez takes a strike.
You take your big power swing on that pitch and you're left holding a handle because that bat is going to get sawed off. And Vladimir Guerrero Jr., what a great job.
Oh, 2. So 1 out, a run in with Guerrero at first. And that takes care of Hernandez. Out on strikes, second out of the inning. First strikeout for McClanahan today.
Well, just overpowering with that heater. Drives it right through the zone. That's the thing with McClanahan and his stuff overall. He can challenge you in the strike zone and still beat you.
Lourdes Gurriel Jr. hitting .292. There's a strike on the inside edge. To move over to first just in case. About any quick stats as we take a look at Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Since the 1st of June, his production has been impressive. 429 runners in scoring position.
Yeah, clutch on top of it. Those numbers very similar.
Roller down to third. And the throw to first. Diaz to Paredes. Retires the side, a run on a couple hits and a man left. On to the second inning. Kevin Kiermaier will lead off.
IL for a week now, and he's still trying to find his timing at the plate as he is 4 for 22 since being reinstated. And he acknowledged, look, I know it's not going well for me right now, or really the entire team as a whole, but he said the good thing is physically I feel good and I'm not playing with any pain. He said, listen, we have a great team, we just have to get that confidence back at the plate. So guys, maybe that's what it'll take, just getting a little confidence back at the plate for guys like Wander Franco, and hope that it's a ripple effect.
Kevin Kiermaier leading off the second, down by a strike, and he fouls this one back. Kevin Gausman out there on the hill. Kiermaier, Pinto, and Walls due up for the Rays.
You know, that really is the conundrum. You know, getting that confidence back. It's tough to have confidence to get confidence back without results. So it's the chicken or the egg.
Yeah, and that's where a few at bats and talent comes in. It's going to happen sooner or later. So.
You know what it does? It boils it down to the process. You can't be results oriented. If you're results oriented, the results aren't there right now.
Yep.
So you're not going to build confidence off of that. You've got to build it off of the process, taking pitches, swinging at strikes, all of the little things that will then allow you to put that ball in play, hit it hard, have it fall in, and now the confidence starts to grow.
Yeah, and if it were results oriented, every hitter would be depressed because the good ones are out 7 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about the good hitters. It's a situation where there's a lot of failure in hitting in this game, and if you're 3 for 10, you're among the best.
Here's the thing: if you're 3 for 10, you are the best now. That's an old standard. Now you fail, 75% of the time, and you're an above-average hitter.
You're right about that. Yeah.
It's
Yeah, you see a lot of anemic batting averages now, and a lot of big swing and misses, and, and looking for the power.
It's the all or nothing approach.
Kiermaier's out on strikes here to begin the second inning.
I'll tell you what, that was a pretty healthy fastball there by Gausman. Right in the zone, not messing around at all, and is able to power it by him.
Kevin Gausman, 31 years old. He was 14-6 a year ago with the Giants, signing on with Toronto. And he gets a strike call on Pinto. Pinto, 1-for-4 game yesterday. Drove in a run with a ground ball, and there's a base hit. Soft liner over the head of Bichette. Hit number 3 for the Rays.
Off-speed pitch that was left out over the plate. There it is, the slider. The cement mixer, not a lot of movement on that pitch, and Pinto is right on it.
Now it will be Taylor Walls. Walls at 164, 3 home runs. It's foul the other way. Strike 1. A little bit low right there. 1-1. All of his home runs have come from the left side. And a strike is called. Gausman, by the way, in regard to home runs, has given up only 2 this year.
Impressive.
15 starts, 2 home runs.
Yeah, I mean, in this day and age of the long ball, or at least guys going for the long ball, that is extremely impressive.
And Walls is out on strikes. Trying to catch up to 97 away. Well, take a look at this. This year, last year.
Yeah, 20. And I'll tell you what, and pitching for the Giants, that is not an easy ballpark out there to hit home runs in. So he has really improved. And not really doing much different.
Josh Lowe out in front. Strike 1. Boy, that pitch really just disappears.
That's why you've got to see him elevated. That's what Taylor Walls was trying to do until you get to 2 strikes. You've got to see him elevated because anything down is going to finish further down. Now all of a sudden you get that fastball, but he crowds you with it.
0-2. He's 7 of 9 in first pitch strikes. First time through the lineup. The other way, foul. Lowe got that double yesterday against the shift. He just rolled right up the third base line and into left. That was sub 57 miles per hour on that little number that went for 2 bases. Into center field. That's going to drop. There's a base hit. Just served out there. 1 hop to Springer. Pinto advances to second. And the Rays have 2 hits in this inning.
Josh Lowe showing some really good plate coverage there. Able to get out, reach, and just flick of the wrist. Drop that ball into center.
Now Yandy Diaz. Well, the Rays had a couple on in the first. Men at first and second in this inning. It's low and away. Well, not a lot of at-bats in this Rays lineup against Gausman, with the exception of Kiermaier, who opened this inning by striking out in his 26th official at-bat against Gausman. Everybody else just a handful of at-bats, if any at all. 2-0 now on Diaz. Shane McClanahan looking on. Touch for a run in the first. Well, that's taken inside. Diaz turning away from the pitch. 3-0. Franco would be next if the Rays can keep the inning going. And Yandy takes ball 4. A fastball low, and that's going to load the bases. And we'll hear a word from Suncoast Credit Union.
Pay my bills. Check.
Suncoast keeps your life simple.
Well, another opportunity for the Rays. They had men at second and third in the first, left him on. Bases loaded, 2 outs in the second for Wander Franco. It's foul up the left side.
You know what would build confidence right here? A 2-out hit with the bases loaded.
Yes.
For sky high.
Absolutely. Not only confidence in Franco, but the entire team. And this team could use it.
You know, because this is an inning that they've built. A couple of singles and a walk. They've not been able to get the big hit when they've built an inning.
And up the middle, the flex off Gausman, picked up by the catcher, and the throw to first is in time. Moreno picked up the carom and made the play at first, and Gausman is spread out on the infield in front of the mound. That play is going to technically go 1, 2, 3, and Gausman hurting after taking that shot right back off the bat of Franco. That was 100 off the bat.
I mean, that shot caught him flush. For it to come straight back towards home plate, he got hit square.
Well, you could see him start to move, and then he could not bear weight on that leg. But standing now, and we'll be back in a moment. A 100-mile-per-hour shot right back off what appeared to be the outside of the right ankle area of Kevin Gausman, and here's another look.
Yeah, that caught him so clean. Watch that right leg swing around and right off of the outside of that ankle, and that's the push-off leg. So you cannot imagine that he's going to be coming back into this game, and I'm sure he's headed for X-rays right now. Walking very gingerly off the field with help.
Well, Matt Chapman leads off the bottom of the inning for Toronto. Strike 1. So naturally, some action up in the bullpen. Casey Lawrence begins to throw. Now strike 2, 0-2. strike 3 call. So Chapman out on 3 pitches.
3 different pitches. How about it? Curveball, heater, changeup. Shane McClanahan, he is not afraid to get his 4-pitch mix working early. And there it is, the 0-2 changeup, and it freezes Chapman.
Espinal taking a pitch high, 1 ball, no strikes. Out in front, Espinal misses that pitch. 1-1. Down to third base. Diaz keeping that glove down and makes the scoop and throw, and Espinal is out number 2. Strikeout and a ground out. 2 up, 2 down. The catcher Moreno. Want to know the count?
You know, we talked coming in how Shane McClanahan was going to feature that changeup against this lineup, and thus far we're at 9 changeups, 7 fastballs.
And there's a strike. 1-1.
And 2 curveballs in this at bat. So the off speed well outnumbering the fastball here in the early going is McClanahan trying to take advantage of the aggressiveness.
Popped into short right, angling out Walls, and now coming in from right, Josh Lowe will make the catch to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down, 1-0 Toronto. Valley Sports brought to you by Bayfront Health St. Petersburg, the official healthcare partner of the Tampa Bay Rays. Rays in Toronto, first game of the doubleheader. Blue Jays with a run in the first. And in the third, the Rays will face the new pitcher, Kevin Gausman. Hit by that line drive off the bat of Wander Franco. And he's out of the game in favor of Casey Lawrence. So 2 innings for Gausman, 4 hits, a walk, 3 strikeouts. And we'll await word on the situation with Kevin Gausman being hit by that line drive in the at-bat by Wander Franco.
Well, limited work for Casey Lawrence, just 7 1/3 innings, and he features the fastball, obviously 4-seam and the 2-seam he'll go with, curveball, slider, and a changeup. So he'll give you a little bit of everything.
We're seeing that shot off Franco's bat. I couldn't help but be reminded. I was a kid in St. Louis when Roberto Clemente hit a line drive off Bob Gibson's shin, broke his fibula, and he pitched to 2 hitters after Clemente hit that line drive and broke his leg. Wow. I mean,
yeah,
it was unbelievable. He stayed in the game. Here's Harold Ramirez. He takes a pitch down. 1 ball, no strikes. That's a broken bat and a fly ball into left. Barreled into the bat, split. And Gurriel Jr. makes the catch.
I'll tell you that this is not what the Blue Jays had in mind. You think Charlie Montoyo and putting together his staff for the day, you know, his starters, how are we going to get through these innings? He's relying on Kevin Gausman to give him, 6, 7 innings, and now having to go to that bullpen so early. with a day-night doubleheader.
Yep.
Well, that's going to really, really stress that Blue Jay pen.
Arozarena, a high pop-up. It's Espinal backpedaling. Boy, you've got a lot of sky and sunshine up there. And Espinal out from second base into center. Made that grab. Yeah, Gibson walked Willie Stargell and then got Bill Mazeroski. Retired him. I think he popped up before he had to leave.
Was that an all-star game?
No.
Are those names you're rolling out there?
That's
a good
Cardinals
team.
and the Pirates.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
1-0 the count. Isaac Paredes. Yeah, I mean, even that couldn't get Gibson out of a game. There's a shot off the bat of Paredes. Well tagged. Gone. Home run. Isaac Paredes on a 1-0 pitch. Hits his 12th home run of the year. The Rays are on the board and they have tied this game. How about Paredes? Boy, he loves that left side. All of those home runs have been, you know, center, left center, toward the foul line and left. And that one got out of here in a hurry.
Yeah, he keeps it very simple. He is one of those guys, launch angle, pull for power. Get the ball in the air to the pull side. He got full extension on a really a nothing pitch out over the plate and just walloped it.
Well, Kevin Kiermaier. That's a strike. Two.
I mean, how about Paredes? He's basically played in about a month's worth of games and leading this team in home runs by a pretty good margin at this point.
Been one of the great developments this year for this team. What a story. Ball, 2 strikes.
You know, and really it was because of all the Rays injuries.
Yep.
You know, how many times do you hear a manager say, look, this is an opportunity for somebody to step up? Well, this young man has stepped up big time.
And Kiermaier out on strikes for the second time today. But the Rays pull even on one swing of the bat by Isaac Paredes. We go to the bottom half of the third. It's a 1-1 ball game, and there's the home run swing. Personnel serving overseas watching this game on AFN, the American Forces Network. Welcome to those in countries around the world aboard naval ships at sea, and thank you for your service. Cameron Biggio will lead off the bottom of the third for Toronto in what is now a 1-1 ball game. Biggio pops it up. Foul ball behind the plate. Pinto shading his eyes, and he makes the catch. I'll tell you, he dropped the mask right there. You will see catchers sometimes throw that mask as far away as they can, because he came close to stepping on that mask.
And that's why.
Yep.
You know, you never know where that ball's going to take you. That ball that's popped up has so much spin on it that it's going to move you. So guys will usually wait till the last minute and fire the mask out of the way. And he ends up, like you said, they came very close. That can get dangerous.
Now George Springer, top of the lineup. 1 ball, no strikes. One. Toronto got a run in the first. Guerrero driving in the run. The Rays got theirs in the top half of this inning on the Paredes home run. 1-2. Rays with 3 defenders on the left side of the infield with Springer. Close right there. 2-2. toward the middle. There's Walls moving to his left, and he makes the throw on the play. So 2 up, 2 down. You know, one other word on Gibson that occurred to me. We're talking between half innings. In that year in '68, which was the pitcher's year, when they decided to lower the mound the next year, he had that earned run average of 112. He made 32 starts that year, had 26 complete games, and was never removed from the game on the mound. He was pinch hit for 6 times, but a manager would not go out and take him out of a game, and for good reason. Number one, you'd be afraid to.
Yeah, okay. If he's not coming out of the game with a broken leg, he's not going to let some old man come out and take the ball from him.
He goes, "What are you doing here?"
Exactly. That's not happening. So pinch hit for him, you know, under the guise of strategy.
Pinto caught part of that bat.
Shed a long finish.
Backswing.
Yeah. Ouch.
So he's being tended to right there.
Band-Aid application. Speaking of Band-Aids, have you ever used a Tough Strip Band-Aid?
I don't think I have. I try to avoid them if I can.
Yeah, no one likes the Band-Aid. But if you ever need a really sturdy Band-Aid, go with Tough Strip.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you. You put it on, it'd be on for days. It would stay on for days. Not that you would want that, but they don't fall off ever.
Let's see what happens with the Rays catcher here. That's not pleasant to take the backswing of a bat.
No, and so that must have obviously a little gash or something with that being applied, that Band-Aid being applied. You know, you get those bats that are hollowed out, and you know they're cupped end, and so it gets it can get sharp up there. It's not just completely.
Yeah, and for a catcher, I mean,
right there, that's definitely cupped, and so that thing caught him. Yeah, glove hand too, kind of important.
It's not ideal. It's foul the other way. 0-2. And there's a reach and a miss. So Bichette missed the fastball there. 1, 2, 3 go the Blue Jays. On to the fourth, 1-1. Go to the fourth. Experienced powerhouse Isaac Paredes and the Rays as they take on the Red Sox. 4-game series starting Monday, July 11th, running through the 14th. View the schedule and purchase tickets by visiting RaysBaseball.com/tickets. Rene Pinto will get a chance to not only test that bandaging while he's catching, but now while he's hitting, as he leads off the fourth. Down in the count, 0-2. Casey Lawrence following Gausman out there after the injury to Gausman. One and two. A little close right there. 2-2. Charlie Montoyo, the former member of the coaching staff for the Rays and the manager of this Toronto Blue Jays ball club. Pinto fouls it. Getting word that they have x-rayed Kevin Gausman, that right ankle. Contusions, and the x-rays are negative. So that's good news for Toronto. Two and two. There's a reach and a miss. So the slider takes care of Pinto. He's the first out.
Well, Lawrence has that deceptive delivery, and he can really see where that release point is, and you sweep that breaking ball, take it right off the plate. Not overpowering with the velocity. We've seen that fastball 90, 91 in that range, but can certainly get some lateral movement.
So pop foul out of play to the left, strike one. Well, Lawrence had been starting at their AAA affiliate in Buffalo. He had made 10 starts there and had gone 8-1 with a 1.77 ERA. Two balls and a strike.
Understands how to pitch, because again, he is not a stuff guy, but he does have some deception and has a good idea where to put these pitches.
It's 2-2. Walls lifts it into short right. Espinal looking for it and reaches and just got it. Boy, that a precarious catch out there. You could see that ball go into the webbing of the glove, and still a lot of white showing.
You know, I think for a time he wasn't sure where it was. Right there, he kind of like, where is this thing? Oh, there it is. And yeah, that is a very difficult catch.
So the bases are empty, two gone for Josh Lowe, who singled his first time. One strike the count. Two. Swing and miss. Got him with a fastball right there. 3 up, 3 down. Go the Rays. 1-1 ball game.
At the Rogers Center for a legend of the game and his son, Vladimir Guerrero Sr. threw out the ceremonial first pitch to his son, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. A very special father-son moment. And not only that, but the lines were wrapped around the building today for fans to come in and get this giveaway. It is a double bobblehead of Vlad Jr. and Vlad Sr. And fans were pretty happy with it. You can see his blonde hair sticking out of the back when he had it dyed on the tips there, and his dad is on the front of it. And so, guys, it was a pretty cool day to see lines wrapped around the building just to get this double bobblehead and watch that ceremonial first pitch, guys.
Yeah, quite a crowd together in that bobblehead duo. You know, I think of all of the novelty items, the bobblehead has been the greatest comeback novelty item in the history of the game. Swing and miss by Guerrero. 1-2. You know, bobbleheads had a little flourish a few decades ago. And then they disappeared. And now they're everywhere, and everybody wants whatever bobblehead's available. They want it.
Yeah, I mean, and you've gotten so creative. I mean, think about the last homestand. I went out and got in line. I did. Yep. I went out and got in line and got my Florida Man bobblehead.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, like even you know, the creativity of that, Vlad and Dad, bobblehead.
Yeah, the Zunino Florida Man bobblehead. That's a foul ball. Has a chance just on its own merits to be one of the best of all time.
There's nothing better than Florida Man.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's an international moniker at this point.
Yeah.
And Zunino got to be that guy.
Now, if the Rays could only get Zunino back,
Yeah.
Boy, they really miss him. 2-2. Oh, foul ball. You know, he wasn't going to hit for an average, but he had power. He was always a threat for that. And behind the plate, I mean, it's hard to calculate how much he meant to the team behind the plate.
No question. No question. Especially with the roster churn for the Rays. All the different pitchers that you have to learn.
Down to third. Diaz whipping the throw across to Paredes. One away. Well, you carry on, and that's what the Rays have attempted to do, and they are tied here in the bottom of the fourth with Teoscar Hernandez stepping in for Toronto against Shane McClanahan. Hernandez struck out on the fastball in his first time and misses the fastball up to begin this at bat. One and one. One and two. Wave and miss. 2 up, 2 down here in the fourth inning. Swing by the Bay Republic Team Store at Tropicana Field to shop the newest collection of Rays hats, jerseys, shirts, gifts, and a lot more. Purchase in store or online at thebayrepublic.com. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Down and in, 1 ball, no strikes. 10 in a row retired by McClanahan since the RBI single by Vladimir Guerrero Jr. That pitch is just a bit low. 2-0. One. 2-0 curveball right there to get the strike.
You know, that's the other thing. We talk about his overall stuff, but the way he uses his stuff, he never gets predictable. You know, you're thinking 2-0, you're going to come with the heater. Lourdes Gurriel Jr., a hot hitter. McClanahan's like, yeah, I'm not going to do that because I've got confidence that I can flip a curveball in there. You see him do that time and again, and that's got to be frustrating for a hitter because not only he has all those weapons, but he just does not fall into predictable pitches.
There's a strike.
2-0 curve, 3-1 change. I mean, seriously, if you're Gurriel Jr., you have not a clue what could be coming next.
Three-two. Popped up foul. That will carry into the field seats back of the Rays dugout. Three and two again. And he just missed with the fastball in. 98, a little close right there. That's the first walk given up. Well, all-star starter contenders, and a great list right there. And McClanahan certainly holds his own with any of those guys.
Well, I mean, let's take a look. The records are similar. The ERA got the lead there. Strikeouts, big lead there. I love the fact that Martin made it.
Yep. Perseverance.
Perseverance.
First pitch, Chapman lofts a high pop-up. Left side, Franco. Boy, Franco and Rosarena, they come together out there, and Franco manages to hang on to that ball. Well, everybody appears to be all right, and that will retire the side. A man left. 1-1 ball game. We're headed into the 5th inning, top of the order.
I'm going to tell you what, our in-between innings conversation that we just had,
yep,
that would be better than anything that we've ever put out there for public consumption.
Well,
to tell that story,
yeah,
in the manner in which we told it, or you told it.
Diaz pitches a little wide.
More or less reacted to it.
You know, it might not be suitable for public consumption.
But that's why it would be the greatest ever.
1-1. There's a ground ball headed to short. Bichette makes the play and the throw to first in time. All I can say is that it was a scary experience, very frightening.
You know, and you just describing a little bit of it, you start to cringe, your skin starts to crawl. That's a rough deal, man.
The mere art of storytelling. Well, it's really not fair, but you know, sometimes life isn't. One out. Here's Wander Franco.
Well, you know what? If you run into us on the street, just ask us about the Toronto story. We'll be glad to fill you in.
Yeah, that's it. Might be the only way.
That is the only way.
Upstairs, 1-1. Well, Franco, a near collision with Randy Arozarena to get that pop-up off the bat of Chapman in the bottom of the 4th. And at this point, Franco just happy to be in one piece. Arozarena is an aggressive player. We see that all the time, and I'm sure Franco would agree on his aggressiveness as he had to fight off Arozarena to catch that pop-up. You like someone who's as aggressive as Arozarena, but sometimes it gets a little scary. Topper foul, still 2-2.
You know, these infielders, outfielders on these pop-ups, they're calling for them, they're waving their arms, and they're so focused on that little baseball, they don't have any idea what's going on around them. And then all of a sudden, boom, you get run into.
It's a roller foul.
Tell you, be careful right here of that elevated heater from Lawrence. Yeah, he has been going after Franco with the changeup like a lot of teams have. And Franco's now getting down and fouling him off. So, boy, a pitcher recognizes that. All of a sudden, you may rush one up here, elevated, like that.
Ooh, and he does, and he just missed the zone up and in a little bit.
That's what we're talking about with Lawrence. You know, he just understands. He's watching the hitter, reading his swing. Changeup's down, he's going to go after. So I'm going to all of a sudden elevate the heater, and he just about got him.
Little Tapper foul now. Franco 8 pitches in to this at bat. And a miss low. So the changeup and the walk will put a runner at first with one out. Enjoy the unique vantage point from the Louisiana Hot Sauce left field ledge. Private tables of 4 include complimentary snacks, hot dogs, and beverages. For more info, visit RaysBaseball.com/left field ledge. Well, the Rays have their hot hitter, Harold Ramirez, up there now. 1 on, 1 out in the 5th. And that's a strike. Well, you can tell by the way Lawrence approaches these hitters. He's a veteran pitcher. He's had limited time in the big leagues. He's 34 years old. He's been around. He's had to learn how to use pitches and really how to pitch.
He can't outstuff you, so he's got to move the ball around, change speeds. He's got that little bit lower of an arm angle, even than a traditional 3/4.
Ooh, big cut right there. And it's 0-2.
Well, now you'll see Harold Ramirez go into battle mode. He will be aggressive early on. He gets to 2 strikes and usually does a really good job of extending an at-bat, grinding through an at-bat, fouling off tough pitches.
1-2. Ramirez got credit for a 2-base hit in the 1st. Fly ball to left in the 3rd. Check on Franco over there at first. Wander back in.
Wander a perfect 4 for 4 on the stolen base attempts.
He's on the move, and the pitch is lifted into short right. Hernandez coming on. That's going to drop, and as the pickup is made, Franco, after waiting, advances to 3rd because he wasn't sure if Hernandez was going to get there or not, and even when it fell, he wasn't sure how soon he'd come up with it.
You know, and yeah, you're on the move. You get a little out of whack when the ball's put in play, but there was just no way that Teoscar Hernandez was ever going to get to it. And I can understand the hesitancy of going past 2nd. You can see right there as he slides in. Now he's got to pick up, find it, gauge whether he's going to be able to make it, and then at least he gets over to 3rd. Let's take a look at what actually happened here. Now you got to get up. Where's the ball? It's in the air. Now he reads it, and as soon as he read it, he was on his way. So he did as good a job as he could.
Now here's a strike to Arozarena, and all that time Chris Prieto, the first base coach, was trying to help Franco. He was pointing toward 3rd frantically.
And that'd be the last thing that Franco is going to be looking for.
That's right.
I mean, you can understand that's just the human nature of it.
Right.
Like, get going, they're never going to catch it. But, you know, Franco, you know, you're trying to steal a bag.
Yep.
All of a sudden the ball's in play. Well, where's the ball?
Yep.
Certainly those middle infielders aren't going to help you out.
1st and 3rd. Arozarena, ground ball deflecting off Lawrence to the shortstop spot. Throw to 1st. That's not going to be in time. The run will score as Franco crosses the plate. The Rays will take the lead. Ramirez up to 2nd, and Arozarena has a run batted in, and the Blue Jays are going to have to take a look at another pitcher. That one deflected off Lawrence.
I mean, open season on Blue Jay pitching. That ball whacked right back up the middle. Caught Lawrence.
So the Rays will have 2 men on, 1st and 2nd, with a run home. They've turned that 1-out walk into a run. Gausman left after 2 when Franco's comebacker got him. And Lawrence will get the opportunity to take a couple tosses here to make sure he is still all together.
That's it. One and done. He's
Charlie
good.
Montoyo says, "You look good to me." So the Rays have taken the lead and a chance for more.
Boy, could you imagine if Casey Lawrence had to come out of this game? Charlie Montoya would go down to Thomas Hatch and say, oh, by the way, you've got 180 pitches in game 2, regardless.
Wow. So here's Paredes. He got the Rays even with his 12th home run of the year in the 3rd. And that ball riding in on him, and he tried to check his swing. Foul ball. Strike 1. 7 home runs in the last 9 games now for Isaac Paredes. One ball, 1 strike.
Well, StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. Leave that pitch out over the plate. That's Isaac Paredes. Pull for power, 104 miles per hour off the bat, 387 feet.
And he's up in the count, 2-1. Pops it foul. Carries out a play. Paredes homered in the game Thursday against the Blue Jays. Now a home run today. Move back to second base, and Ramirez back there with that right hand stretching to the bag. Two. And the count is full. Rays have turned the walk to Franco into a run. Ramirez at second. Rosarena at first. Randy picking up his 34th run batted into the season. And Paredes is out on strikes. It's a big strikeout for Lawrence. 2 gone.
Well, a deep count. And the guy who's already homered today, and he comes with the breaking ball, just takes off enough speed to get Paredes out in front.
Here's Kevin Kiermaier. Ground ball by the mound. That's a backhand, and the throw to first not going to be in time. So the Rays will continue the inning. An infield hit for Kiermaier, and the bases are loaded.
Boy, Espinal just didn't have a play. There was nowhere to go with this ball as he's ranging to his right. This ground ball, not hit all that hard, but it pushed him to his right and nowhere for him to go. You see Bichette's going after the ball. He's not covering second, so you can't get the force there. That forces him to make the throw to first. Really, Bichette needed to be at second base, and you got a chance to be out of this inning.
Rene Pinto, he fouls that first pitch right back for a strike.
Yeah, but these infielders, that right there is a byproduct of the shift or the heavy shade, because Bichette knows that Espinal's pull over into the hole. So listen, I can't rely on him to go get that ball. I might have to go get it. That takes him away from second base, and now there's no play to be made.
Down and away, 1-1. Well, the Rays have out hit Toronto 8-2. It's still a 1-run game. The Rays with the run across the plate in the 5th inning here to make it 2-1. And there's a base hit into right. Here comes Ramirez in to score. Rosarena heads to the plate. He will score a big 2-run single the opposite way for Pinto. And the Rays now take a 4-1 lead.
Boy, did the Rays need that. The big 2-out hit here by Pinto. Stays down and through it and rifles that ball through the hole and into right field. You double your run total on one swing.
Well, the Rays building this inning, and a couple 2-out hits. The infield hit for Kiermaier, and then Pinto sending one through the right side to get 2 more runs home, with Ramirez and Rosarena scoring. Four to 1 now. Taylor Walls, ball on the ground. Espinal at second picks it up in the throw. 8 men come to the plate. The Rays score 3, lead 2, and have built a 4-1 lead.
Top half of the 5th inning have given the Rays a 4-1 lead as we head into the bottom half, and Shane McClanahan on the mound. Let's take a look at his mix so far today, and exactly what we thought. This young, right-handed, heavy, aggressive lineup. The changeup was going to play a huge role, and right now it's the marquee event. 18 changeups, more changeups than fastballs, 4 innings in. And then you see the curveball not too far behind, and the slider just dabbling with it here today.
He will face Santiago Espinal to open the bottom of the 5th inning. Espinal, then Moreno and Biggio. 1 ball, no strikes. It's in there, 1-1. McClanahan coming off 7 innings of 1-run, 4-hit baseball against Pittsburgh. Now strike 2 and 2. He struck out 10 in that game. Didn't walk anybody. That's the line on him. 99 pitches last time out. And a soft liner over the head of Franco. Rosarena in to make the pickup. Espinal reaching out, just got that one elevated enough over Franco's head.
Yeah, how about that? You talk about a tough battling at bat. You've seen a little bit of everything, and here comes the changeup. And this is a really good changeup by McClanahan, and a better job by Espinal to be able to get to it. That ball down, and he's able to get just enough underneath it to drop it into left field and lead this inning off with a hit. That was an impressive at bat.
Now the catcher, Gabriel Moreno, fouls it. Well, the Blue Jays, I don't know if it's really all of a sudden, but it is to us because we haven't seen a lot of them. They have some catchers. They have some depth at catching and guys who can hit.
Yeah.
Moreno, ground ball, double play ball. Waltz, Franco 1. First base. Oh, safe there. Maybe not hit quite hard enough. The Rays trying to turn the double play, and Moreno, our catcher, got down there pretty well.
Well, and think about the pregame scouting report that Dan Schulman gave us, the play-by-play with the Blue Jays. He said Moreno runs very well, is a very athletic catcher, and he also said, I'll bet you Santiago Espinal has some battling at bats off of McClanahan. And certainly we've seen them both here in this half inning. Let's take a look. Long flip, Franco tap, get there in time.
And the Rays say, nope, that's okay.
Oh, no. Yeah, don't challenge that.
Yeah.
He is safe for sure.
So 1 on, 1 out. Here's Cavan Biggio stepping in.
Well, let's take a look at a scouting report on him, brought to you by Papa John's. I'll tell you what, at the end of April, he was on thin ice, had been demoted to the minor leagues on, well, after play on April the 24th. He was hitting .043 on the season. Well, now he works his way back to the big leagues. And I guess you could say that he is on solid ground since coming back. He's hitting .284, but how about this? A .436 on base percentage since being recalled from the minors. 26 games, 19 walks. Well, he was just 1 for 23 through his first 13 games this season.
That's a strike, just catching the outer part of the plate. It's 1-2. Pop the other way, gonna carry out a play. Two. Strike called on the inside edge. Biggio caught looking. That's out number 2.
Expecting that curveball down middle, down and away, and McClanahan ropes it right to the inside corner. That's why Biggio didn't even think about getting that bat started.
Here's the top side of the lineup. George Springer. Fastball to 97 hit off the plate. Well, 5 strikeouts for McClanahan. Gives him 128, topping the list in the majors right now. Ground ball, shortstop, and the toss to second. Franco to Walls. We are through 5 from Toronto. 4-1 Tampa Bay. Their first run was a home run by Paredes, and then 3 runs in the 5th. Base hit by Rosarena. And then Pinto. There's the home run by Paredes. After Kevin Gausman took that shot off the knee and left after 2 innings. The Rays getting 3 runs in the 5th. Pinto with a single the other way, scoring Ramirez and Rosarena. And the Rays, with that 3-run inning, have a 4-1 lead. So Pinto with 2 runs batted in. Paredes 1 on the home run. Rosarena 1. The home run for Paredes to give him a dozen home runs on the year. And they have come in relatively short order. Here's Lowe. High fly ball left center, and Springer is there to make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out, and that gives Lowe 1 for 3 today. Kevin Gausman, the starter Worked those 2 innings, gave up 4 hits and left. Hit on the right ankle. That was 100 miles per hour off the bat of Franco. And he apparently is going to be okay. The X-ray is negative. Yandy takes the strike. It's been Lawrence since then. The Rays got the run on the home run in the 3rd, 3 runs in the 5th off him. Diaz lifts it into left center. Who's going to get this one? With Springer and Gurriel Jr. racing, and it's Gurriel Jr. who grabbed that one right out of the glove of Springer.
Yes, he did. I didn't know who had it. That was almost choreographed. All's well that ends well. This ball up, and you've got 4. Count them. And Bichette takes himself out of the running, and Lourdes Gurriel takes, like you said, that ball right out of the glove of George Springer.
And he's going, really? 2 gone. There's Wander Franco. Franco down the left field line. Will that be a fair ball? It is, and it's gone. Home run hit the screening right down the line. It had a little slice to it and sliced right into the screening. An opposite field home run, and his 5th of the year, and the Rays will have a 5-1 lead. So Franco scoring his 2nd run of the day.
Boy, how about the power to let that fastball travel that deep into the zone and hit a line drive down the opposite field line, right off of the foul. It's not really a pull, but you get the idea.
Here's Ramirez sending a fly ball to center for the 3rd out, but the Rays add a run as Franco hits one out right down the line. Hit the screening, and the Rays lead this game 5-1. Down the left field line Saturday, July 16th, all fans receive the Wander Franco bobblehead presented by Bayfront Health St. Petersburg while supplies last. Purchase your tickets at raysbaseball.com/tickets. Well, that home run for Wander Franco, his 1st since he hit that 2-run homer against the Mariners on the 26th of April. That's 136 at bats ago. And now as we go to the bottom of the 6th, big cut, and Bichette fouls it back, strike 1. Bichette, Guerrero, and then Hernandez. One and one. Overall, Franco's 5th home run. Two and one. Well, the Rays getting some production up and down the lineup today. And boy, after the trouble they have had scoring runs, that is good news. There's a strike on the outside corner down around the knees. Great pitch at 95 out there. Paredes homered in the 3rd. That opened the scoring for the Rays. Fouled away. Rays scored 3 in the 5th. Rosarena run batted in. Pinto with 2, and then the home run by Franco in the 6th inning. We're in the bottom of the 6th. 2-2 to Bichette. And we're going to run it full. McClanahan gave up a double to Bichette in the first. Guerrero Jr. followed with a single, and that is accounted for the run. And the 3-2. Bichette swings and a foul tipped strikeout right back into the mid of Pinto. A big strikeout there as he goes away from him again, as he did in the third, to strike him out.
Well, and this pitch is way off the plate. Bichette is not happy with himself at all that he went out after this pitch. It's not even near the plate. That's in the other batter's box. And you can see right there, the body language tells you everything.
There's Guerrero. Up and away. Out of play it goes. 5-10-0 for the Rays. They've left 7. 1-3-0, 3 left for the Blue Jays. A little tapper foul, third base side. Andy Diaz allows Luis Rivera to make the pickup. Rivera, pretty good hands down there, the former shortstop. How about Guerrero against the fastball? Last year and this year.
I mean, 100+ points on that batting average. Not Vladimir Guerrero Jr. like.
Foul right there.
I would say this. More than likely, he's seeing a lot fewer fastballs because of the numbers from a season ago.
One would think so. That would be the way to go. And he's hobbled a little bit, fouling that one off his knee.
Let's take a look. It's the change. And, oh, yeah. Okay, we've seen some balls fouled off of some body parts that I've never seen before. The outside of the back leg and that knee area.
Ground ball, and the Rays have Walls up the middle right there to him. And that's a 4-3 for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. Cheer on the Rays at the Rays watch party when they're on the road in Boston facing the Red Sox next week. Watch parties include games, Rays autograph memorabilia prizes, tickets to upcoming home games, and a lot of surprises. For more details, visit raysbaseball.com/watch party.
Do we know where that one's at?
Teoscar Hernandez, strike one.
I was waiting for you're going to let me know where I can go to this watch party.
Yeah, that's a surprise. That'll come later.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's one of those techniques that will keep the audience.
Yep.
Yep.
I told you about the party.
Oh, that part. Oh, I thought it was a different party you were telling me about.
Yeah, I've done that with people. You really don't want there.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, what are you doing in between games?
That's a good question.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And you may want to follow me. I'm going to go down and find where the 50-50 desk is.
Ooh.
for the weekend series here.
That's a great idea. It's up to $400 grand.
Take home. 400,000.
Wow. Well, Hernandez is out of there, and the Rays have a 5-1 lead through 6. Brought to you by Frontier, better, faster, 100% fiber. And by Bayfront Health, St. Petersburg, the official healthcare partner of the Tampa Bay Rays. Beautiful sky outside Rogers Center. And the first pitch in the 7th inning is a strike call to Randy Arozarena.
Yeah, we need to get to that 50-50 desk. They post winner takes home, and that number is awfully large.
Yes, it is. And apparently getting larger pitch by pitch.
We're closing in on
Look at
400.
that.
Right, there it is. How about that?
This one is down 1-2. This is outside 2-2. A little popper into short right. It's Hernandez in to make the catch. It's one out. Now Isaac Paredes. Strike one. Lawrence misses with the pitch wide. 1-1. That's a shot down the left field line. Got a little carry and some hook to it, and it's going to be foul. Out of play.
That must have cut right off the end of the bat, because with Paredes and that kind of trajectory, you're thinking that ball's second, third deck.
Yep.
But let's see how far out on the edge. Yeah, right off the end. Look good.
And that is a strike call, and Paredes not altogether happy. Might have caught, just as they say, a smidge of the corner.
Well, from the pitcher's point of view, that's all you need.
That's all you need.
Give me a seam or two on that outside edge.
2 up, 2 down. Here's Kevin Kiermaier. Lifts it into short right. Teoscar Hernandez there to make the catch. A little skip as that ball goes into his glove. 7th inning stretch brought to you by Suncoast Credit Union. 5-1 Rays. Coming up later today on Rays Live, the pregame presented by CarShield. Hitting demo with Orestes Destrada. Drew Rasmussen, we'll hear from him. All of that leading up to game 2 of the doubleheader. Rich Hollenberg, Xavier Scruggs, Orestes Destrada. So we've got Rich and a lot of X's and O's going.
Oh, drawing up game plans, getting you ready for
Absolutely.
this second game.
So a lot of baseball to go on this day. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. in there against the Rays lefty Shane McClanahan. First pitch is a strike. Couple strikeouts from McClanahan and a 1-2-7 or 1-2-3-6. Now on to the 7th. And there's strike 2. 0-2. Seven strikeouts on the day. And that will make it 8. We had Gurriel reaching out in front.
Well, that's very similar to the Bo Bichette strikeout. This pitch is in the other batter's box. Another changeup. Watch where this thing ends up. There's not a bat long enough.
Here's Matt Chapman. Swing and a miss for a strike. So the change up there had him out in front. And he got him. Struck him out on 3 pitches. Went with the change up there. So back-to-back strikeouts and back to the 6th inning, 3 in a row.
Boy, this pitch continues to be huge for McClanahan in this game. No longer even trying to set it up, just using it. I'm just going to go boom, 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 and that's a typical McClanahan. Shouldn't say typical, but that is what McClanahan. You know, the strikeouts are like. He does not waste a whole lot of pitches and doesn't waste a whole lot of time. Works quickly, get ahead, put you away. Next.
And there's a strike, a fastball to start Espinal.
I mean, look how efficient the pitch count is.
And that's with 9 strikeouts.
Right, and 2 outs into the 7th inning.
Yep. Eight ground ball outs.
I mean, for a power strikeout pitcher, those numbers are ridiculous.
And a cut and a miss there, 97 up.
I mean, 1 inning so far, he's gone above 15 pitches per. And again, this is not a finesse lefty pitching to contact. This is a power lefty approaching double-digit strikeouts. No waste.
Up there, 1 and 2. And that one is up and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's the 2-2. It's foul back. 97 up there. Two outs, bases empty, bottom half of inning 7. And a swing and miss. He takes care of Espinal and strikes out the side. That will give him 10 on the day. We got Gurriel Jr. Got Chapman on the change and finishes Espinal. 5-1 Rays through 7. Ballpark app completing your next visit to Tropicana Field. Buy and manage game tickets, unlock offers, and access exclusive content and so much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. Shane McClanahan, 7 innings, 10 strikeouts, and the Rays have a 5-1 lead. We go to the 8th. Rene Pinto takes the first pitch, and that's a strike. Pinto, a 2-hit day with 2 runs batted in. Upstairs, Taylor Walls will be next, and then Josh Lowe due up. Two and one. Rays have their 5 runs on 10 hits. 2 home runs from this lineup today. Pinto lifts a popper that's going to carry back into the seats, foul. 2-2. Strike 3 call. Lawrence chalking up his 6th strikeout. Oh, Taylor Walls.
Well, you just get caught looking for something else, and he just powers a fastball outer part of the plate.
Strike 1 to Walls. Just that quickly, he's down 0-2. Charlie Montoyo looking on from the Toronto dugout. One ball, 2 strikes. Castillo up in the bullpen. We saw him last night or yesterday, somewhere between late afternoon and early evening. Liner into right. That's going to drop. Base hit in front of Hernandez. Walls picks up his first hit of the day. 1 for 4. The Rays now with 11 hits.
Well, this pitch stays up just enough that Walls is able to get enough of it to get it out, drop it in. And maybe this game right here, we'll look back at the awakening of the Rays offense. 5 runs, 11 hits, still working.
Josh Lowe takes a pitch wide.
And you're
1
starting
ball and no strikes.
You're starting to see some contributions, you know, up and down the lineup too. That's always encouraging.
You know, the Rays had averaged around 2.5 runs a game in this season series against Toronto. And when you compare that to the last few seasons, I mean, in some cases, that's cutting the run production in half. The last couple years, close to 4.5, and the year before that, close to 5.5 runs a game in the season series. There's a strike. And they have 5 runs today, leading in the 8th inning, 5-1, with 1 on and 1 out. Foul the other way. Now, this has been one of those games where every spot in the Rays lineup has collected at least 1 hit. Takes the count to 2-2 on Josh Lowe.
I saw a stat on the Bally Bar, Dwayne, that the last 45 games, the Rays lead Major League Baseball starting pitchers ERA.
How about that? It's fouled back.
This is the sobering reality. Those 45 games, they're 22 and 23.
Yep.
Under 500.
Yep. Well, the offense has been an issue.
Think they're going over the 10 punch outs? Knowing McClanahan, they're probably going over the 1 mistake he made.
Yep, that's right. He's going, let's go back to the first.
Yeah. How about that? 5 of the 10 on the changeup. Knew that was going to be a big pitch for him today, and it certainly was.
Well, a great effort again by Shane McClanahan, 25-year-old left-hander. He has been such fun to watch. You just don't see many pitchers with that many weapons and to execute all of them as well as he does.
No, you don't. I mean, you don't see that pitcher.
Runner takes off, and a high fly ball back into right sends Hernandez back short of the track, and he makes the catch. Back to first base goes Walls. 2 outs with a runner at first. Make a lasting impression on your party when you host your next group event at Tropicana Field. They have various premium suites and party areas available. Entertain clients, employees, friends, or family in luxury and comfort. For more info, visit RaysBaseball.com/groups. Well, 2 outs here in the 8th inning, and Toronto will go to the bullpen. Brought to you by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places. And by the aggressive attorneys, Winters and Yonker. Game 1 of the doubleheader, the Rays and the Blue Jays. Rays holding the lead. The Rays with a run in the 3rd on the Paredes homer. 3 runs in the 5th inning and another run in the 6th when Wander Franco hit one out down the left field line. Gausman worked 2. Left when he was struck in the right ankle as the 2nd inning ended. Lawrence worked 5 2/3. Max Castillo in the game now. And here it's Walls at first with 2 outs. Yandy Diaz will be the hitter. Diaz a base hit to open the game, extending his hitting streak to 6. 1 for 3 with a walk. There goes the runner. The pitch is down, and the throw will not be in time. A stolen base by Walls, his 6th of the year in 7 attempts.
Yeah, got that one easily. Got that one off of Castillo, where he had a full head of steam before that pitch was even remotely headed towards home plate.
So now Diaz with an RBI opportunity. Ground ball up the middle, and there's a base hit. So the stolen base will lead to a run. Walls crossing the plate. The run charged to Lawrence, and it's 6-1 Rays.
Well, that didn't take long. Taylor Walls swipe second. Yandy Diaz, shocker, middle of the field, up the middle the other way. That's his playground.
Right back through the middle. Gives him a 2 for 4 day with 2 singles and a walk. And there's Wander Franco.
You know, I'm not sure why you don't run a heavy shade, even a shift on Yandy Diaz the other way. Take your 3rd baseman, put him at short, shortstop up the middle. Now, if you're going to go by the analytics.
Yep. You would think that might occur. Two and 0. There's a strike. Franco had a base hit off Castillo in last night's game. Taps it foul. 2-2. Ground ball to the right side. Santiago Espinal with the throw to first. Rays can pick up a run in the 8th, and they have built a 6-1 lead.
Game. Let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam and take a look at Shane McClanahan and his 10 punch-outs. He was dominant once again here this afternoon. 7 strong innings. Gave up just 1 earned run, punched out double digits, got to 10, 5 of them coming on that changeup. And let's take a look. Statcast 3D powered by Google Cloud. And there it is. 5. I mean, when we say 4 put-away pitches, there are 4 put-away pitches. That one on the slider was maybe the most impressive because Santiago Espinal had been battling him that entire at-bat, and he wiped him out with the slider to finish his outing. Make sure that all 4 were involved.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 8th. Javi Gurra is the new pitcher for the Rays, the right-hander out of Panama. This year with the Padres and the Rays, 7 appearances. Ground ball right side, and it's out of the reach of Walls. There's a base hit by Moreno to begin the 8th.
Well, just found a hole on the right side. You can see Taylor Walls shading up the middle, and Moreno is able to punch that ball into right field. Great effort by Taylor Walls, just couldn't flag it down.
Gurra, sinker slider guy. Here's Cavan Biggio. The Rays with 3 men on the right side of the infield. Diaz alone on the left side. Pitch is down, 1-0. That's a strike, catching part of the outside corner. Now 1-1. That one registered at 101. And Gurra consistently in the upper 90s and hit over 100 on that pitch. Fly ball, center field. Kiermaier's going to have to turn around to make the catch. And back to first goes Moreno.
Have you ever seen a stadium so full of people get so excited for a fly ball to medium deep center field?
So many people so excited for a fly ball.
Yeah. Well, they were the same one that wanted that fastball that Gausman threw in the first inning about a foot off the plate. They wanted that called a strike. So judgment perspective has been a little off today here.
Well, we've all had those days.
Yeah. Well, you listen, day game after a night game, and it's a nooner on top of it.
That's right.
And it was Canada Day.
Yeah. So a lot going on here.
Yep.
Springer swings and misses. Strike 1.
A lot of people might be in the same clothes they wore last night.
Yeah, I've seen some creases that places we've never seen before.
Oh. You ran into a reveler earlier this morning.
There's a strike. 0-2. Well, you got to pay the price sometimes. And that reveler was.
I've never seen you so ashen.
That's draining. Oh, 2 down and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So McClanahan, 7 innings, 94 pitches, 10 strikeouts, a walk, 3 hits and a run. Now Gurra with the Rays leading 6-1. Oh, this one will skip away from Pinto. And down to second base goes Moreno. A wild pitch.
Well, he just yanked it, just pulled it down in a way, and you know, with that catching style, you're very limited, and you're talking about a triple-digit fastball. No chance for Pinto.
And now down and away again, and it's stopped by Springer, 3-2. And here's the thing, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves here, but you don't want to give this lineup the opportunity or the idea to entertain anything other than finishing this game the way it is. It's 6-1 right now. 3-2. And that is ball 4. So 2 men on, 1 out. Beat the heat this summer at Tropicana Field. Catch the Rays in action. View the schedule and purchase tickets by visiting RaysBaseball.com/tickets. 2022 season presented by Bayfront Health, St. Petersburg. Kyle Snyder to the mound to deliver a message of his own.
I just need to get him back into the strike zone. I mean, this is a very potent lineup, like you were saying, Dwayne, and the last thing that they need is help. Make them earn everything, and that's what the message is right here.
Well, you look at this lineup. They're averaging 4.8 runs a game, second in the majors. Second in the American League, actually 4th in the major leagues. 3rd in the league in home runs. And here's Bichette. So you want to limit their opportunities, and that's something McClanahan did so well. Swing and miss. 101 on the fastball. Strike 1. Let's get other action in the bullpen now. It's 100+ wide. 1-1. Right-hander Jason Adam up in the bullpen. Ground ball down to first. Paredes will go to second out there. Egura, did he miss the bag? He's off the bag. The call by Adam Beck. So the Rays get the out at second. Toronto will have men on the corners.
Bichette going to the right side once again, and a nice job Paredes getting that started. And Kevin Cash, Javi Guerra getting over to first base. They had a chance. That throw was there in time. They were going to be able to turn this double play. Franco's there. Now you're trying to get it to Guerra. He just is not on the bag.
Yeah. Right there. Here's a situation where you should have taken care of business there. And in effect, the Blue Jays get an extra out.
Yep.
So it will be first and third, 2 outs.
I'll tell you, that can be challenging. You know, things start to speed up on a pitcher as you're racing to the bag and you see the throws being made and realize that you're going to have one coming your way real quick. And so you've got to get to that bag as quickly as you can to try to get the feet set before the throw is on its way. That's not, you know, always that easy. But if you get over there and you're blind and you're concentrating on the baseball, you can have trouble finding the bag. And that's what happened with Guerra.
There's Guerrero Jr. The pitch is low and outside. Too low. 2-0. And now 3-0. You're always concerned against a lineup like this when you give them an extra out. Three and 0 the count. And there's ball 4 to load the bases. Or did they call out a strike? I think he called it a strike.
Yeah, based on the reaction. I just looked down and started writing in walk because that ball was well off the plate. I mean, this is not a strike.
Wow. Well, the Rays get a break.
I'll take it.
Toronto fans not pleased.
They may have gotten that one right, Dwayne.
Three and 1. And a pop up right side. Foul ball. Paredes makes the catch, and that will retire the side to the ire of the fans even more. We go to the ninth, 6-1 Rays.
Of long balls. This has been a scarce commodity outside of Isaac Paredes, which, by the way, hit another one again today. But then Wander Franco, and I'll tell you, that was an impressive one. 92-mile-an-hour fastball. You let it get that deep into the zone and line it completely down the line. And off that foul screening, fair screening, whatever it is, it's a home run. And Wander Franco, who hadn't hit one, Dwayne, since April the 26th.
Yep. So the Rays hopeful that that will get him back on track.
He's hit a couple of hard balls here this afternoon, and this Rays lineup has come alive.
Harold Ramirez swings and misses to begin the ninth. He's had a couple hits today. So he continues to hit the ball, get on base. Double and a single and a run scored. Quickly behind 0-2. Well, his approach pretty conventional. He airs it out until he gets to 2 strikes. And then he goes into protect mode.
It really is remarkable, and it's consistent. I mean, that's what he does. How many times have you seen pitchers first pitch slider? It's almost mandatory with Ramirez, and he's going to come out of his shoes, and then he's going to go try to battle you out. And he's had one heck of a month plus.
And a wave and a miss right there. So he's out on strikes to begin the ninth inning here for the Rays.
And sometimes you just get beat. That was a nasty pitch here. That changeup by Castillo, how he turns it over and how it dives out of the zone.
Randy Arozarena pitch is down 1-0. You know, they say things even out, and I guess they do. Remember the first inning when Arozarena, there's a liner into center field. He has a base hit. Arozarena was absolutely sure that the plate umpire had made the wrong call on him. And then in the ninth inning, Vladimir Guerrero had a point on a call in the bottom of the 8th. So maybe things do even out.
Well, and you're right, because both of those calls changed the entire momentum of the inning.
Yep. Rays had a chance to break out in front with a couple runs in the first. Now Arozarena takes off, and he is safe, wasting little time and stealing his 18th base of the year.
Oh, Arozarena on the base pads. He's going to be aggressive. He saw Taylor Walls swiping back, so he's going to challenge and do the same thing.
Randy with 2 hits today, now a steal. He has a run scored. Paredes checks. That's low. 2-0. Hot shot foul. 2-1. Gausman started for Toronto. Left after 2 innings. He was hit on the right ankle by a batted ball off the bat of Wander Franco. Ground ball third. The scoop there by Chapman. Threw to first in time. So 2 outs with the Arozarena still at second. The Rays got all 6 of their runs off Casey Lawrence, who worked 5 2/3. Castillo came in with a man on in the 8th, gave up a base hit, allowing the run to score. Now 2 outs with a runner at second in the 9th. And here's Kevin Kiermaier. Kevin with an infield hit in the 5th. Pitch scooped there by Moreno. "13 hits for the Rays. Hits by everyone in the lineup here in game 1 of this doubleheader. Ground ball right side into the mid of Biggio. He will make the play unassisted. Rays get a hit, leave a man. We go to the bottom of the 9th. 6-1 Rays. On to the bottom of the 9th inning we go, with the Rays holding a 6-1 lead. Teoscar Hernandez turns away from that first pitch as it stays inside. 1-0. Shane McClanahan 7 innings. Abigura got through the 8th. Opens the 9th. '99 upstairs. 2-0, and in comes Franco. A little touch of the rosin bag and an encouraging word for the Rays right-hander. That's a shortstop to a former shortstop there. Hey, if you can make the throw from short, you can do it from 60 feet 6 inches.
That's right.
Two and 0. 3 balls and no strikes. Gurriel Jr. on deck. That's a strike. 99, bottom of the zone. 3-1. And 99 on the outside corner. It's 3-2. And ball 4 is going to be inside. So for the second straight inning, The leadoff man is aboard with Gura on the mound. The Rays had some action in their bullpen in the 8th, and they're going to get some action here in the 9th inning. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Strike on the outside edge. Boy, for a manager and a pitching coach, this is really walking the tightrope here. You would love to see Gura finish this game and not have to use anybody from the bullpen with another game to go later tonight. 0-2. But in 2 straight innings, they put the leadoff man on. You've got a little bit of a cushion. So you're playing that against the situation.
The walks are so frustrating to managers, pitching coaches.
Down to first, and it's by the diving Paredes into right. Hernandez will go to third, and Gurriel Jr. is aboard. It's first and third with nobody out.
And that's the frustrating part. So you can't defend the walk, leadoff walk, one swing of the bat. Now the Blue Jays start to build an inning.
Matt Chapman will be the hitter.
Boy, that fastball.
And Kevin Cash is going to pop out of that dugout and head to the mound. Well, the Rays coming into this doubleheader had dropped 4 in a row. They have a 6-1 lead. And Cash will go no deeper here in the 9th inning with Gura. Back in a moment. The Behavioral Health Network. We'll hear from Kevin Cash. We'll have interviews from the clubhouse. Rich Hollenberg, Orestes Destrada, Xavier Scruggs all along on our post game coming up next. And the Rays will go to the bullpen. We saw Phoenix Sanders yesterday. Sanders on for 2 following Kluber. And now he's on here in the 9th with 2 men on, nobody out, and he faces Matt Chapman. And the first pitch is a strike on the outside edge. Well, Chapman, a couple strikeouts, and in between a pop to short. The breaking ball stayed up and in a bit. 1-1. And a ground ball to short. Franco Walls 1, first base 2. The run will score, and the Rays gladly trade the 2 outs for that run, making it a 6-2 ball game. But 2 outs and the base is empty. And boy, what a relief that is for the Rays. The run charged to Gura. And a big double play ball thrown by Phoenix Sanders. We've got one USF Bull here trying to close it out for another USF Bull. McClanahan worked 7. Now Sanders trying to get the final out. Espinal takes a strike. Ground ball foul through the coaching box. It's 0-2. Left side overloaded. 2 strikes the count on Espinal. That's down. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Saunders 2 innings. Phoenix Sanders 2 innings yesterday, 1 walk. Fly ball, center field. That will do it. Caught out there by Kiermaier, and Phoenix Sanders comes on to close this one out as the Rays take game one of this doubleheader in 2 hours and 47 minutes for the Rays. 6-13-0 with 9 left for the Blue Jays. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and 5 men left. McClanahan will get the win. He is 9-3. Casey Lawrence will take the loss. For Brian Anderson and the rest of our crew, Dwayne Stats, hope you've enjoyed the telecast. Rays Live, the postgame comes your way next. Rich Hollenberg, Xavier Scruggs, Orestes Estrada with Tricia Whitaker along as well. Rays are winners. Another game to go later this evening.